This is my wife's 2012 hyosung gv250. This is they're fuel injected now. It's got the EFI emblems on it. It's a V-twin. Very, very nice bike. Very underrated. I have ridden bikes all my life. My wife has ridden other bikes. She had much larger bikes than this. 600s, what's up. But she ended up wanting something easier to handle. And this bike is absolutely amazing how well it performs. You'd never believe it's a 250. It's just as fast as her Honda 600 Shadow was. Easier to handle. Rides so much better. And you really get a lot for your money. This was $3,900 out the door. Tax, tags, title, everything. I mean, you can't get that. We looked at other 250s. Nah, nothing even comes close to this. They all feel very small, very cheap. Hondas, both Suzuki's, some other things that we looked at. Nothing even comes close. I just happened to have a dealer by me. I went and looked at it, and I was so impressed with it. Nervous because I don't know much about the company, but after going ahead and saying the heck with it, it's incredible. This thing runs fantastic. Very smooth. Cruises down the highway at 70 miles an hour without any problems at all. I mean, at all. She had it up to 90 miles an hour and I couldn't keep up with her. I was like, I couldn't believe how fast she was going. And I ride that, which is a 650. But yeah, this thing is I've been starting to ride it because it's getting 80 miles to the gallon. I mean, how do you go wrong with today's fuel prices? It's fuel injected. I mean, you got adjustable rear suspension. The only thing I don't like is the oxygen sensor sticking right out of the exhaust. So I'm going to try to dress that up with some nice sheathing. Nice V-twin motor. Of course, the emissions, can't stand that. Would like to remove it, but not sure how to remove it because it's fuel injected. I know the carbureted models have a kit to remove this, but I'm not so sure about the fuel injected ones, if it'll mess with the ECM or not. Probably just leave it alone for now. But the fit and finish quality of this bike is every bit as good as every other bike I've ever owned. It's fantastic. I mean, how do you go wrong? You know, 2-year warranty. It's you're looking at a small bike. This is definitely one to look at. Don't knock them, that's for sure. And it's something you got to see in person. I'm 5'7", 200 pounds, and it fits me like a glove. You know, I've been starting to ride it because how well I enjoy it. It's amazing. I mean, hell, show me a 250 that you even get a tachometer with, except for the Kawasaki Ninja. And I've had one of those 250 Kawasaki Ninjas, and this is almost as fast. Ninja was quicker on the top end, but around town, I mean, this will run right with it. I mean, you got a clock, you got an odometer, you got a trip odometer, you got another trip odometer, you got a fuel gauge. You can adjust the brightness. Seamless, fires right up. First shot every time, just like my Suzuki over there, even when it was in the middle of winter time. You gotta love fuel injection. Gotta love it. I always like carburetors, but the more I have bikes with fuel injection, the more I like it. They're just like cars now. Push the button and go. You don't have to warm it up. You don't have to do anything. Got some boot marks. Look at the nice wheels you get. I mean, 5-speed trans. Four-gallon fuel tank. We put the saddlebags on there. I think they look pretty good on the bike. Ended up buying some universal brackets off of eBay, so the bags sit right. It's really got that classic look to it. And I haven't having any trouble finding accessories for this thing. They're all online. Fairings, the double headlights up front. I mean, you could really dress these out to the gills. Solo seats they have. Nah, yeah, like I said, just even the way it runs, the ride quality it's exceptional. You really like riding it. It handles the bumps. It doesn't bounce you out of the seat. It's got good dampening in the forks. You know, it's not bouncy. The rear is a little soft for my taste, but it was also set on the lowest setting. I just turned them up one notch. See how that works out for them. But yeah, these are definitely something to consider. The fit and finish is exceptional. Everything you'd ever want in a bike. So don't be shy on looking at these, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's even got a nice oil cooler up front, which is perfect for air-cooled motors. Every air-cooled motor should have an oil cooler on it. It's just the way to go. Like I said, good power. Yeah, it's not super fast, but for what this bike is, and you compare it to everything else in its class, in my opinion, it's nothing comes close, and it's $1,000 cheaper than everything else we looked at. I mean, a Rebel was $1,000 more by the time you get it out the door. Savage, or it was the Savage, whatever they call it now, the 600, that was $1,500 more. And this is quicker than that. I rode it. This is actually quicker than that single cylinder thumper. Yeah, you can actually tour on this bike. I believe you can. It's got the speed. I think it'll probably do about 100 miles an hour wide open. But cruising down the freeway at 70, no problems at all. Once you get used to the fact that she's revving, 7,000 RPMs, but it's so smooth. It's just like the Kawasaki Ninja. It feels real smooth, and you look down at the tachometer and you realize, oh wow, this thing's revving. But you don't feel it. And it's quiet. So, alright, hope you liked the video.